Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I want to explain the concept of belief before we dive into today's video, which is about some transgender woman deciding to explain how periods apparently work for men that identify as being women. So, yes, we live in such a day and age where we have a lot of people that believe that they are something that they're actually not. Now, let me just say this. If you're an adult and you want to believe in whatever, if you believe that you are something that you're actually biologically not, that is on you. It's not on anybody else. Just don't try and force it down everyone else's throats, which is what's going on today. You have every right to believe in whatever that thing is you're believing in. Now, there's a difference between believing in something and actually having evidence to support that belief. So, for example, if you are a biological man, but you believe in your heart of hearts and in your mind that you are a woman, do you have any logical evidence to back up or support that claim and that belief that you have made for yourself? Well, if you are living in a world that actually has science and reality as a component to your belief would be proven wrong. Doesn't mean that it's wrong for you to have that belief. You're just wrong. You can go and live in that belief in that fantasy land all you like in your own home, in your own privacy. Just don't, once again, force that belief and try and make it a reality for every single other person on the face of the earth. Simple, right? Unfortunately, it's not that simple in today's day and age because we have a lot of radicals that have these crazy cult-like beliefs. And if you don't go along with it, if you don't follow along with it, then you are seen as being hateful, bigoted, transphobic, homophobic, you name it, even though some of those terms don't really add up or align or make too much sense, especially transphobic. Because if you have a phobia to something, it's a actual psychological condition that you need to be diagnosed in having by a professional. But they just want to slap a label on your forehead and say, you are this. Again, just because you believe that something is some way or some person thinks and acts a certain way doesn't really mean that it's so. Now, I'm glad that we got that out of the way because now I can actually explain, hopefully, that men cannot and will never get periods. It is scientifically and biologically inaccurate and it does not work because in order for you to have a period, you need to have a female reproductive system, which includes having the likes of eggs. Now, every single woman has a certain number of eggs, and every single month, one egg is dropped. And I don't need to explain it to you all, but clearly, to some delusional men living in a fantasy land, these men try and explain to the best of their ability how the hormones that they're actually taking mimic or actually make them bleed. Now, let me just say this. If you are bleeding anywhere in your body and you are a man, you need to go see a doctor because that ain't good. That's not healthy. But these people will try and convince you that it's if I'm identifying as a woman, that's how dangerous this actually can be for one's health. But so be it. You're an adult. You can make your decision all you want, even though it's a stupid decision. You don't want to listen to reason, rationale, and everything that we're trying to actually help you. By all means, you can bleed from your bowel. You can bleed from your penis. You can bleed anywhere you want. You're just going to suffer the major consequences of that. But do not, and I repeat, do not go online and try your utmost best to convince people that you are having a period because you identify as being a woman. Because if you do that, the internet's going to blow up and call you crazy because you're crazy. Doesn't happen. So I'm saying all that because here is this individual that identifies as being a woman trying to explain to you how you get it. Let's have a watch.
All right, so let's talk about trans women and PMS. Fun fact, you don't actually need to menstruate to experience PMS. It actually happens because of the balance of your hormones, not your reproductive organs. More specifically, when your T levels are really low and your E levels are like in an average range for cis women. So even if you don't have ovaries or a uterus, if you're on HRT, you might still experience the symptoms of PMS, like mood changes, headaches. Some people even experience abdominal cramps. And some women who experience PMS more intensely even use a period tracking app so they know when to expect their symptoms. It's something that is rarely talked about, but it actually affects a ton of women. Just like with cis women, trans women might experience little to no symptoms, and some might experience really severe symptoms. If it doesn't affect your life, that doesn't mean it doesn't affect other people. And denying other women's experiences does nothing but gaslight and isolate them. And it leaves other people unprepared for their first encounter with PMS, like me last weekend. But I'm fine now. Everything's fine.
Yes, you do. That's a simple fact. I'm not a woman and I know that fact. Ah, boy. So this person goes, OMG, the period hoops. I don't miss that. What? Oh, dear. And by the way, this TikTok, lost in translation pod. Interesting.
It actually happens because of the balance of your hormones, not your reproductive organs.
Inaccurate yet again. So in order for you to PMS, you need to have an egg that is wanting to shed. Simple. But you don't have an egg. You have two balls that don't shed. They create sperm. You can release that, but you don't have an egg. So therefore, you can't PMS. It's not just about your hormones, mate. It's about your reproductive organs. Yes, but simple biology and simple science would tell you that. That's not PMS. That's called, you said it, abdominal cramps. Those things can happen to women that are actually having a period. Because if you are having or experiencing an egg shedding its lining in your reproductive organs, the side effects of that wouldn't exactly be really comfortable. But this person is saying, no, it all comes down to hormones. You can experience all the things that women can experience. Let me just say this. If you are experiencing abdominal pain from you having too much whatever you're ingesting yourself with, go see a flippin' doctor because that ain't normal, especially for a male. But alas, this person claims that they know better or they know real science. Absurd. Using a period tracking app so that you can experience or know when you're going to have your so-called period every single month. Are you for real, mate? Are you kidding me? So you're saying that this only happens to you once a month? It doesn't happen to any other time of the month. Why is that exactly? What's going on? Why is it you saying, oh, I need to track this by an app, and the app tells me that I'm experiencing abdominal pain because apparently the app's saying, anyway, the period tracking apps are designed purely for females. So I don't believe that you can actually put in male on there. I've never used one, so I don't know. Maybe you guys in the comments that are female can tell me if any user period tracking app, if it you can put in male, but I don't believe you can. But the app still doesn't know. It's just going off the fact that you've put in female, right? It's going off that. Doesn't know that you're actually a biological male. You don't experience any symptoms related to you having a period or menstruating or any of those things. Only women get that. Whatever you're experiencing because of all of the hormones you're pumping yourself full of, it ain't healthy or normal. And you should go and see a doctor yet again.
I experience really severe symptoms. If it doesn't affect your life, that doesn't mean it doesn't affect other people. And denying other women's experiences doesn't.
Denying other women's experiences. You're not a woman. You're never going to be a woman. So get it out of your head. Whatever you're taking, it's not going to make you a woman. Your biology says otherwise. Just because you identify as being a woman doesn't mean that you're going to experience the things that women experience on a monthly basis. That is scientifically accurate and scientifically proven. I can reiterate this countless times. It is absolutely absurd now that we've got people like this that try and convince other people it's not healthy, it's dangerous, in fact, that men that identify as being women can menstruate and can PMS. It doesn't happen, and it never will happen. So get it out of your flipping brain. Okay? This is a daily reminder that there are people out there that believe in lunatic asylum-like things, and that's where they belong, in a lunatic asylum. Thank you all so much for watching. You take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.